He's the first one to come, okay? We all came last.
There's a lot of COVID testing for so many people in our community.
Oh, wow.
In our facility. We're live on live.
Move out.
Ready? Hello. Welcome.
What did you do?
I'm fine.
Hold it.
There we go. Thank you for your patience. We are live at the village. Village of Spring Valley. I don't know what's going on. Talk without. I'm gonna have to talk without it. Hey, can you hear me, Kevin?
Excellent without it. Excellent is better
It's excellent without it. Okay, we're just
excellent without it.
we're gonna have to talk loud. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for your patience. We have a group here in front of the Village Hall, the Spring Valley in New York for this press conference. We're very excited. We have a lot of people here. It is the press conference with Dr. Surajit Khanna Returning Youth Campaign. And what that is we are returning young adults back to a productive life after they've been incarcerated, whether it's jail, prison, it doesn't make a difference where, but his goal is to take these young adults and put them back on their feet. It's part of the 2018 Juvenile Justice Reformation Act, and he is concentrating, and the group is concentrating on post-incarceration. Please go to returningyouth.com. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Kevin, that's your term. I'm going to use it, and I'm dressed up like Santa Claus today because it's Christmas time. Please go to returningyouth.com and give to this fantastic initiative. But before we begin, we have a lineup here of very important people. I'd like to introduce a trustee. I'm going to announce it right here. He was here yesterday. The next mayor of Spring Valley, the trustee here, Hudson Tyson Francois. Did I get it right?
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. What a pleasure and an honor to be here, right here in front of the municipality of the Village of Spring Valley. My name is Hudson Francois, the trustee of the Village of Spring Valley. And as you heard, it was mentioned that I am currently running for mayor. We'll let God and the voters make that decision on what happens. But
We're on your side.
thank you so much. I am so honored to be here. As a youth growing up in Spring Valley, you know, I did all the right things. I had a mother and father growing up who cared for me, invested in me for education, and I was able to do all the right things. So that means I had helping hands from my family and my friends. So it looked like everything was going well for me. But what I want you to do is imagine a black man like myself or anybody else in this country or anywhere, no matter where you're from, growing up as a single parent, so to speak, whether you have a mother or father, whatever the circumstances, whether you had two parents that wasn't working, but we know that there's so many circumstances young people go through in life, and they have overcome so many different circumstances in their lives. And I'm just so grateful to know that I have been blessed, fortunate to be put in a position where I can help young people. And as a young minister who represents New Life Pentecostal Church, I can sincerely say to you, there's nothing bigger and greater than working with young people. As it pertains to education, is very, very important. Right here in our own very county, in our own very backyard, we have a lot of young men and our young women who are in need of services. Doesn't matter which type of service. When I heard about this initiative, the first word I thought about was return. How often do our young kids go away to college, and when they return the same way, everything's the same? Not always. How often do these young kids go away and everything works out for them the way that it was before. Not often. But for the first time, we have an initiative that I think, along with another initiative that came about 5 years ago, which I will be introducing this young man. Very good friend of mine, and I believe in future, I believe what he's doing. But I think when I think about returningyouth.com, I want you guys to hear me out one more time. Returningyouth.com. You can look it up. Wherever the state of mind of our kids have been, they have an opportunity to return, to be received by society as human beings equally. Being able to get a job, find a place to live, get married, raise a family. So we're talking about a reentry program, so to speak. And to me, that is one of the places that I don't see a lot of folks tapping into. Now, this young man that I'm getting ready to bring on to the podium knows all about this. And he has gone through the rigorous of life, and he has seen it all. And you've seen the commercials. I'm not just the president, but I'm also a client. Well, this young man can talk from experience about this. So I want to step out of the way, but I want to say that anything that I can do to unify people, to bring them together, to work on initiative, to bring young people together, to help to empower them, to make sure that they understand that, that there are folks out there who believes in them. And let's not forget, we have homeless folks. We have folks that are battling mental conditions that for some reason end up where they are because of some type. And all they need is a little love from someone to show that they care. So without further ado, I want to introduce the executive director and founder of MADE, Mr. Tony Earls, a good friend of mine. How you doing?
All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. As Utsen Village Trustee just said, Tony Earl Jr., founder and executive director of MADE Transitional Services. MADE is a reentry agency founded back in 2014, working with formerly incarcerated men and women, as well as at-risk youth. So for myself, being a formerly incarcerated returning citizen, and after returning to my community after serving 3 years in New York State Prison back in 2008, it is a pleasure, and we support wholeheartedly this collaboration in support of this initiative. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Clint Yeboah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really glad to be in the company of such illustrious people. I represent Voice of the Kids. Voice of the Kids is an organization that is dedicated to seeking the safety of our children and even into young adulthood. The safety means that if someone got some misadventure and ended up in jail, they should be returned into society and be made to be a useful member of society. So our purpose is to, starting from today's Spring Valley here, to take this movement all across the country. And we will be partnering with providers like the gentleman who just spoke to you, Mr. Tony Earl. And his organization is already doing this. We are collaborating with him. We'll be collaborating with a number of organizations in New Jersey, in the Bronx, in Georgia, in Montana, and particularly since we're starting in Spring Valley, we would like to spread as much as we can all over Spring Valley, all over Rockland County. We'll go into Westchester. But this is, we are the executing arm of this initiative. We are the executing arm of this initiative. We are a 501c3 organization, and we are able to manage funds and do whatever needs to be done to get this done right. Now, let me introduce you at this point to the initiator of the concept of the whole program, Dr. Surajit Khanna. Dr. Surajit Khanna.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so honored for all the people those who are here and all the people those who are listening here. I have no words to thank all of you that this initiative which I started is going to be so important because every young adult needs to be well taken care. Every single young adult, those who are coming out of incarceration, they need to be loved. I use the word love because that's something which is lacking. When a young adult comes out of incarceration, all they need is acceptance. All they need is love and acceptance. Without that, doesn't matter how much medical and psychological treatment you give them, is not going to affect. They have to feel loved because when they go in to the prison system, they're young, they're juvenile. That's what we call it, a juvenile. This particular program which we are launching is about all juveniles getting to be a emerging adult. That means young adults. So they need to be well accepted in the community. And that's the problem we are having today. We blame that, oh, this person is criminal because he went to the jail and came out, he's a criminal. No, he already went to jail. He already went through the reformation. He already went through the correction. That's why we call it correctional facility. He already went for correction. So now he's coming out. When he comes out, all we need to do is give him a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. We as an adult, we make mistakes every single day. God gives us a chance, don't they? If God gives us a chance, we are just a human being. Why can't we give chance to another human being? Because they deserve that they need to be accepted in the community. They deserve to be well recognized, real importance. I'm so glad that we are collaborating with Tony's organization, and because he's already in the system, he's doing it. He's providing this to the community. But now we are going to go beyond it. How many states we have in the United States? 50, right? How many cities are there? I don't remember the count. Every city, every village should have this facility where a young adult coming out of incarceration will be accepted with love, as if they need to get another chance to be a well citizen of the United States. If we do this, the criminal system will be rewarding us as well, because we are going to reduce the criminal. The community is going to have benefit. So we need to, we need to understand that all this initiative needs to go everywhere. And also I would like to announce it that our pilot program is starting in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Also with the partnership of with Tony, we're going to start in Spring Valley. We're going to be in Rockland County. We're going to go to every town and village from here onwards. So we need everybody's support. So please support us. I cannot do all by myself. I need the whole team. I need the whole community to support me so that we can support to transform a young adult coming out of jail to be a good citizen of United States. And thank you very much. I appreciate all of you coming here today.
Thank you, Dr. Khanna. Everybody online. I want to thank Upson. Thank you. I want to thank Tony. We're going to be close friends. We'll be close friends with all of you, and we'll be working together. But please go to returningyouth.com. Returningyouth.com. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Give $1. And guess what? We have someone who he says they're going to triple the amount. So every dollar you give, they're going to double it. So if you give $100, he's going to give $200. The total is going to be $300. Now's the time to give. So please go to returningyouth.com and give. And please join us on our radio shows. We're launching a new radio show at WPAT, a 1 hour Dr. Khanna radio show started